Well, hello, peeps. So let's talk about one of the very important question asked in astrology and the most scrutinizing question in astrology. It's like one of those questions that maybe most astrologers want to run away from, but I want to just always bring it forth in front because that's the challenge. That's life. You have to face some of your toughest challenge sometimes and overcome them. So we're going to try to overcome this. So, two people born on the same birthdays. And how is it that their life different? Why? And obviously, I'm going to say this also that two people born on the same birthday at the same time. But let's go even deeper. Two people born on the same birthday at the same time in the same hospital. Which by the way never happens. Two babies in the same hospital will never be born at the same time. They can, yes, of course they can. It's a possibility. It is very, very, very rare. I've never heard of it. Maybe a minute late, maybe 3 minutes late, not at the exact same time the babies are coming out. So remember that too. When people put forth these analogies, oh, what about baby born in the same place in the same hospital at the same time? Then what? It's a then what scenario. It hasn't happened. If you guys know of somebody, hey, send me the proof on my email. I would like to see it. But I'm going to give you that scenario here. Same time, same hospital, same birthday. Okay, two different families. So how is it that their life will be? Will it be the exact same life or totally different? And many people who are trying to overcome the skeptics, who are trying to make skeptics, approve of astrology, will say, no, they will have totally different lives. They will, have completely different patterns. But I will say no. They will have similar lives. They will have similar patterns. Maybe not lives, but similar patterns. They will obviously have similar pattern, but there's going to be a conclusion in this video. But let me just go through it, okay? So let me give you a chart, A and B, with planetary alignments, and then we'll talk about it. So here is A and B planet. So A is a different person, B is a different person, same birthdays, same hospital, same time. And these guys are Aquarius ascendant, with Sun and Mercury in Aquarius, Venus in the second house, and Pisces excelled. Then Moon is in the fourth house, and in the third house there's Rahu, and in the 10th house there's Mars for this ascendant, and in the 11th house is Jupiter in its own sign of Sagittarius, and 12th house is Saturn in his own sign as a ascendant lord. So looking at these two similar charts and they grow up, let's discuss how their life will be. So these two boys are born, same day. You can say girls, doesn't matter. Okay. So let's look at their chart and let's analyze it. Now, people say they are going to live a different lifestyle because they're born in two different families. But if you look at the second house, where Venus is, these kind of placement of Venus is known as somebody born with a silver spoon in their mouth, meaning that they're born in a very well taken care of family, rich family. They have name and fame out there. So these two are born, and so the person A, his father is an IAS officer in India, and he is, he's out there, he's up there, man. He's got his huge house. They're making money, a lot of money. And so he's born with a silver spoon. They feed him a silver spoon as a first drop. But silver is like, what, $30? So the other person can also afford it. But I'm sure you get my point. Okay, so he's born in this kind of family. Person B is born to a government worker or somebody who has his own business. Okay. Or let's say he's a police officer. What this will signify as them both having Venus exalted is that they're born in the family whose father or whose family is doing really well compared to their surroundings. So if person A's father has like $1 million compared to his siblings, his uncles, his cousins. Person B has father who might be up in police officer, or he's a government worker, and he's making, instead of $1 million, he has $100,000. But, or let's just say even $50,000. He has $50,000 in his account. What this simply is saying is that his father, person B's father, compared to his siblings and everybody in his family, is doing very well. And so both of them show born in a silver spoon mouth. So an astrologer, a Vedic astrologer, will look at it. Yes, you were born and brought up with, without any issues. You were taken care of. You were well taken care of. And both of them, if they were to do consultation at one point in their 30s, they will both say the same thing. Oh yes, my family definitely took care of me. I had everything I wanted. Person A is going to say the same thing. I got everything, I have everything I wanted. Person A, with Venus in the ascendant, wants to get a car. So his parents buy him a Mercedes Benz. Person B, at the same time, his dasha comes in, his antra dasha comes in, his planetary transits are the same. He wants a car. During that time, his father is going to get him probably a Toyota. His father is probably going to get him a motorcycle. But they are both going to get the things that the astrology was telling them, what the planets were telling them, the planetary time period was telling them, the yearly transit were telling them. So when that trigger thing happens, both the babies would get same things, yet of a different scale. Now, both of them, let's say, grow up, they go to school and then they go to college. And both of them have Jupiter in the 11th house in his own sign, looking at the 5th house of education. Okay. What this will say, because of his family upbringing, the planet, the person A, his father might send him to Harvard University to go and study in the United States. Person B, okay, has the same academic skills, but because his father has less than what he can afford, his father sends him to maybe IIT in India, the Indian Institute of Technology, which is like a gazillion times more tougher to get into than MIT. Okay, so his father is able to send him there, or his father will be sending him to a very prestigious university, but it may not be equivalent to Harvard. It may not be equivalent to Oxford University, but both will go. However, what can also happen, both of the people can end up at the same university. One is having their father taking care of his tuition and fees. One is coming on a scholarship. Both can have the similar patterns of doing that. But this is how two people born in the same different family will have different lives, but the same pattern. They will have the same pattern, but this is only because of the fact I'm using the scenario of the exact time. So if they're born at 3:55 p.m., both babies should be born at 3:55 p.m. and only in that scenario what I'm saying will withstand. So, but now here's the conclusion of this. What did I say in the beginning? That I'm going to give you a conclusion. The conclusion is this. Because of these questions, because of these scenarios that the skeptics brought up, that's where KP Astrology came into play. KP Astrology has become the pioneer of these type of astrology, these minute, time scenarios that create a huge difference. So, and you don't even bring the twin argument up, and the other scenario, if two twins are born naturally, okay, not C-section, naturally, they're always going to be 10 to 15 minutes apart. So forget even KP Astrology, their Namansha chart, the D9 divisional chart will be different because divisional chart changes every 15 minutes. And what if both are born where one has one divisional chart, but literally after 3 seconds of him being born, a different Namansha chart comes into play? Because you don't know when Namansha is changing. So one can just be born at the edges of the two different Namansha charts. But KP Astrology, that I've made a video on, okay, talks about how two babies born just even 1 second apart from each other, 2 seconds apart from each other, how their sublords change placements, change sign, how their sublords start to represent a different house, a different sign, a different situation. But on a mundane base, if you did not have KP Astrology and these two babies, let's say even born 5 minutes from each other, you will see a similar pattern. But this has to be done in the same hospital, same day, same time, maybe 5 minutes difference. If you look at their life, the pattern would be the same. But to pinpoint exactly what's going on, to pinpoint what if person B goes to jail, person A goes work in a hospital, that's due to the KP Astrology cups, the KP Astrology coordinates, their sublords, their sublords. So this is why it's very important to know all aspects of astrology before saying that, oh, it doesn't work because two people born on the same day have two different lives. It's like telling a physicist that, oh, proton and neutron doesn't exist because, hey, how come I cannot see them? You see, like, it's ignorance. Like see, they just don't want to look into things to really see what they're about and then make a judgment, then make a research paper, then make your conclusion, okay, astrology doesn't work. But even now, a skeptic would be saying, well, show me the chart, prove it to me. I cannot prove it to you because I'm saying it, so I'm telling you myself. Two babies, same day, same time, same location, same hospital, cannot happen. It's like winning a lottery, 1 in a billion chances of you to get that scenario. Now, if there is, of course, I don't know of, but believe me, I do research. I have done extensive research on it. There's always going to be 4 minute, 3 minute, 15 minute, 10 minute different. It just doesn't happen. It's just like it's what do you call it? It's a quantum science. It's literally like quantum mechanics. It's so chaotic, this scenario, that it's really, unless you prepare two babies to be born at the same time, like C-section, only then that will happen. And maybe they should do it, I guess, But this is just to tell you exactly what astrology is when it comes to two people being born at the exact same time, or twins. But it's really comes down to the level of KP Astrology, the Placidus houses, the sublords, and exactly how quickly they change and just change the person B's life upside down. Okay, so hope this helped. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe above, because hey, this is what you're going to be learning here, the truth. And if you want to know more about astrology as to what exactly it is, check out my link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will actually send you the link to look at your own chart so you can see the patterns, to see what your life has been doing. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow with Jupiter in the 3rd house. Bye-bye.
I give you quality honey, so put your money on me. With my authority, surely you wanna get up on it. I give you quality honey, so put your money on me. With my authority, surely you wanna get up on it. I'm super fly with the rhymes I supply. Float like a butterfly,